Hello, everyone. I'm Liz Fairchild, Executive Director of Business Forward. Welcome to our second national webinar of 2023 with the Small Business Digital Alliance, a co-sponsorship between the U.S. Small Business Administration and Business Forward. We're proud to be a part of America's growing small business community. And here at the SBDA, we're adapting our programming and content to better meet your needs as an entrepreneur. Last year's webinars focused on showcasing the range of free digital tools and trainings available to you. And this year, you'll hear more personal stories and case studies from our cohort of national members and local allies. Along the way, fellow entrepreneurs will share why and how going digital was integral to their success. And our role at the Alliance is to help connect the dots from their stories to specific tools and trainings that can support you on your way to your own American dream of entrepreneurship. So with that in mind, I'm excited to kick off today's webinar on second careers and the path to entrepreneurship. Today, you'll hear from first and second act entrepreneurs, just like yourselves, who have used digital tools to help launch their ventures. From building their first app to generating new traffic to their e-commerce stores and exporting for the first time. Today's webinar provides specific examples on the benefits of digital tools for you and your business. So thank you again for joining us today. I'm now pleased to welcome Administrator Isabella Casillas Guzman of the U.S. Small Business Administration to share her remarks.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for this Small Business Digital Alliance virtual event. Today, you're going to hear from some of SBA's private sector partners on key elements for small business success, with the focus on operations associated with e-commerce, including digital marketing, logistics, and cybersecurity. We created this event and the Small Business Digital Alliance with Business Forward to provide valuable free tools and resources to help small businesses gain the know-how that you need to survive and thrive in an increasingly digital economy. SBA is the leader in providing small businesses with these digital tools and more, and we're reaching more small businesses than ever. The SBDA programming and media have nearly 18 million impressions and reached millions of small businesses. Because we need you, America needs you at your best. Small businesses are emerging from the pandemic, driving the strongest and fastest economic recovery in the world. And since President Biden took office, we've added over 13 million jobs. Nearly 12 million new business applications have been filed. That means more Americans than ever are seeing opportunities and pursuing their American dreams of business ownership. We've unleashed $435 billion in private sector investment in making things in America. And beyond that, we're transforming how the SBA can help small businesses leverage those opportunities, infrastructure contracts, and the clean energy economy of the future. We want SBA to be as entrepreneurial as the small businesses that we serve. And so we are reforming our capital programs, making sure that we have more technical assistance like this Digital Alliance to support you and helping you do business with the federal government. We want you to leverage technology, which has become a crucial tool for small businesses to reach more customers, open more doors with their products online, and gain efficiencies in management. It builds your resilience. And e-commerce is a $768 billion marketplace in the US, plus more than $5 trillion globally. That means you can reach millions of consumers who live outside the US, as well as in your neighborhoods. The question is, are you ready to go after it? Because today's session, plus the 300 free tools and trainings in our digital tools library, can help position you for success. Please use all these tools to build your online strategies, leverage data to gain customer insights, reach new markets, find and retain talent, and level up your cybersecurity. We've designed these tools to deliver insights that you need to position your business so you can avoid some of the pitfalls and while you're still seizing opportunities for growing your business online. I know we've already helped millions of businesses out there across the SBA portfolio since the 70 years that we've been operating at the federal level. We want to help you reach that next level for your business. And I know that digital can feel daunting, but please jump in. SBA is here alongside you to make sure you can navigate these critical tools and grow your business. So if you find these resources helpful, please share them broadly, bring others to the table. Thank you for joining us.
So I'm an engineer. And as engineers, we don't know how to leave problems alone. We have to solve them. Being a new mom is such an amazing experience. But on the other hand, you're so exhausted. My first son was such a great sleeper, but Akshay was not. As soon as I would put him down, he would wake up. So all I had to do for him to keep sleeping was put my hand on his chest. That's when I thought, well, what if instead of putting my hand on his chest, if I put something that had the same feel and weight, and that's the start of Nested Bee. For about 2 years, we were only selling through independent retail stores. But we soon realized that if we wanted to get into the hands of more and more parents, Amazon was the way. Pretty early on, we had to make the decision that we were going to use FBA. It meant that we could focus on our core competency, which is really understanding the customer, reaching out, investing in product development. What really came to me as a surprise was that Amazon was also helping companies by becoming their lending arm. As a young company, you're always in need for cash. We used Amazon Business Lending, and that helped us grow through creating new products, hiring, because cash is oxygen. From 2015 to 2016, we grew 3 times on Amazon. From 16 to 17, we grew 6 times. Amazon has been an amazing and a trusted partner for Nested Bee throughout its growth. They work with brands like ours one-on-one and help you with services right when you need it. And it's our goal within the next 2 years to be able to grow globally. We are really lucky to be a Massachusetts-based company. From validating the concept of the product through talking to researchers to then growing the company, we wouldn't be here without their commitment. As we have grown, it's helped us give back into the community. To imagine that we have a company here in Massachusetts, but scaling globally, just based on the services offered by Amazon, I cannot believe it. My youngest came into the office and he said, "Mom, when did you do this?" And I said, "Well, kiddo, when you were sleeping."
Hello, I'm Jackie Breslin, Director of HR Consulting. For those of you who may not be familiar with TriNet, we provide full-service, industry-specific HR solutions, providing PEO and HRIS services, such as access to human resources expertise, TriNet-sponsored benefits, HR risk mitigation, HR compliance, payroll processing, and R&D tax credit services to thousands of amazing small and medium-sized businesses. We are committed to driving our mission to power the success of small and medium-sized businesses by supporting their growth and enabling their people, meeting them where they are. One of the ways we can do this is to participate in webinars such as these, because all attendees gain access to the digital tools when they participate. And those tools can help save business owners time and money, help drive employee satisfaction and reward company culture, help ensure compliance with applicable laws and regulations, and more. At TriNet, one of the topics we receive a lot of questions about is HR compliance, and this is because it can be very complex. With HR compliance, there are so many rules and guidelines to keep track of, and TriNet has several tools that can help business owners learn what to do and how to avoid the pitfalls that can get them into trouble. One aspect of HR compliance that's critically important is pay transparency. Many businesses are still navigating this complicated issue in an effort to boost their understanding and reduce their risk. They're also learning it can have a positive impact on workplace culture by building trust and improving their hiring efforts. Ensuring proper, reasonable accommodations is another aspect of HR compliance that's critical to business success. While we've seen improvements in areas such as compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act, many employers still don't fully grasp their obligation around accommodation when it comes to employee grief, pregnancy, or caregiver leave, just to name a few. These types of leaves can become even more complicated when you're dealing with the hybrid workforce, like so many businesses are today. Workplace safety issues can also come into play here. For example, there are employee protections related to stalking, violence, sexual assault, and sincerely held religious observances that many employers may not know about. While at the federal level, there are no statutory accommodation requirements related to domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking, employers do have an obligation under the General Duty Clause of the Occupational Safety and Health Act to provide a workplace free from recognized hazards that could seriously harm or cause death to employees. While most domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking occurs outside of the workplace, there is potential for perpetrators to follow worksite employees to their place of work, ultimately requiring employers to take actions necessary to help ensure the safety of worksite employees. There may be statutory requirements at the local and state levels, and those requirements vary significantly. Learn more about these issues and others such as ChatGPT and other generative AI resources used in hiring practices, pay practices under the Fair Labor Standards Act, and similar state laws, as well as other HR best practices and resources in our webinar called HR Compliance: What Small Businesses and Startup Owners Need to Know. Visitors to the SBDA Digital Tool Library will also find an HR survival guide for startups. As a business expands into new locations, hires people in new geographies, or for companies with remote workers, employers are sometimes surprised their policies such as paid sick leave or family leave are no longer compliant and need updating. It is difficult and time-consuming to stay up to date on the multi-state compliance. Check out this guide for tips on these issues, as well as a roadmap for developing HR policies and procedures for every business to consider. Whether it's one of these topics or another aspect of HR compliance, it's incredibly important to have these workplace conversations to help guide you in making the right choices to protect your business. Our webinars often include guides and other resource documents specific to the topic, and they're free to SMBs who tune in. So check out our webinars, e-guides, and other resources available on the SBDA Digital Tool Library to find the information you need for your unique business and to help ensure you're compliant with HR requirements and up to date and operating appropriately. We also have a podcast, SMB Matters, available through our platform called Rise, featuring our Chief Technology Officer talking about how to navigate the world of AI and ChatGPT. This is also available through the SBDA Digital Tools Library. In closing, I want to thank the SBDA for including TriNet in this national webinar. We value this relationship and the opportunities it gives us to offer these tools and resources to SMBs across the nation. Working together, we will help to ensure entrepreneurs have the tools they need to launch and maintain their businesses, enabling them to stay strong and thrive.
Studio. But let's start with the most important question of the day. Tell us about your business.
Well, we're cybersecurity professionals that build, connect, and secure other customers' infrastructure.
Fantastic. And where are you located?
We're in Los Angeles.
Okay, great. So TJ, you spend a lot of time with ZenBusiness's education studio. Tell us why you find that an important investment.
The education studio has all this curated content that's broken down in such a way that it makes it really easy for business owners like me to take time and digest and focus on the specific areas of my business that are important for me to work on.
I know that you've learned about business compliance, you've learned about keeping everything legal, if you will, but the biggest focus and what you use most is the marketing tool for the website. Tell us why you found that so powerful.
For me, like the messaging part has always been very difficult. So having sort of a workbook to work through to help me organize my thoughts and get the specific brand messages out into unique value propositions and selling propositions that make onto the website as marketing content, that's been the biggest kind of goal for me.
I know that you've also taken a lot away from an SEO or search engine optimization perspective. What has that done for your business?
We're actually top 5 for our keywords that we're ranking with, and we've done that organically just by using a lot of the tips and tricks that we've learned in the education studio's content.
Fantastic. TJ, thank you so much for all of that feedback. If you could give entrepreneurs one piece of advice, what would that be? What's a key takeaway for you?
For me, it's own your marketing. Just listening to other business owners talk about their experiences, I've learned that as business owners, we're the most passionate about our product or service. So we really have to own the messaging and set the pace for all the marketing activities as our businesses grow.
I love that. Own your marketing. It really is a wonderful investment. And as small business owners, when you can't invest in third parties to do it for you, understanding this toolkit of marketing is wonderful. So thank you so much for sharing that with us and for spending this time with me. We appreciate having you as a ZenBusiness.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Have a great afternoon.
Bye.
Welcome to How to Use ChatGPT to Work for Your Business by ZenBusiness. First, we want to talk about the fact that ChatGPT is a great tool. Everybody's been talking about it. We want you to use it for practical reasons. Your time is so important. How can you save time with a tool like ChatGPT? We believe that small business owners should have 5 steps that they follow, no matter what, ChatGPT or no ChatGPT. You must start with a buyer persona, which means that you understand who you're selling to and what the value proposition is for that persona. You should have a clear search engine strategy for your website. Your website is critical to your business. From that search engine strategy and keyword strategy, you can then start building content that drives traffic to your website, which means more conversions. And of course, then pushing or marketing that content to your potential user base or your existing customers through a newsletter or social media. So how do we do that? We're going to show you the prompts that actually teach you how to build personas, how to create that marketing plan, including the metadata that you need for your website, and how you then use it to create a schedule that works for your newsletters and your social media. So how does that work? Let's jump into ChatGPT and zoom through this. First, you must input using a single chat. So you do a new chat and you tell ChatGPT what you're trying to accomplish. As you can see here, I said, I'm the owner of a small business, and I say, please create 3 buyer personas for my products. ChatGPT will spit that back out for me. And as you can see, not only did it give me the personas, but it's actually giving me some wonderful keywords around it. As I build through those 5 steps, I'm now asking it to give me content for the website, starting with my About Us. Not only is ChatGPT giving me an About Us based on the audience personas that you just gave it, but it's giving me nice content that you can then also ask it to provide short examples so that you can use that short content across different pages on your website, like your homepage. This consistency in messaging is going to show your potential audience or your potential buyers that you have a consistent brand and that you understand the value proposition around it. Now, I want it to tell me what keywords I should use to drive traffic. You're using those buyer personas to inform it what type of keywords you may use. Now, while this doesn't tell you keyword difficulty, which is a more complicated thing, it is giving you some great ideas around keywords that you can use. You are the owner. You must decide which ones make sense. And then from there, start building out a content strategy around those keywords. To do that, you're going to ask ChatGPT to give you 10 blog entry titles for those keywords. And, okay, I gave it specific keywords and the meta description. Don't forget to put the meta description into all your blog entries as well. So as you continue down, you can ask it to give you a a blog entry with 1,000 words, which is the recommended length. And beyond there, now that you have your blog entries, you can ask it to give you a newsletter schedule, okay, based on all of the content that you just provided. Again, all in the same chat as a buildup of information. Now that it's done that, I would go ahead and ask it for the social media posts. You have your social posts to match your newsletter, which matches your blog entries, which goes along with the keywords that you've decided make sense for your business. We hope that this very quick review of ChatGPT and this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rinse, wash, repeat for your marketing strategy and tactics are really helpful for your small business. And thank you for spending this time with us.
Have a great day.
What does a risk engineer do at Cowbell? At Cowbell, a risk engineer's goal aligns with the CIA TriNet, which means to protect the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information assets and systems for an organization. This is accomplished by performing assessments of an organization's cyber risk posture. These assessments include understanding the scope of an organization's security program by asking questions related to security controls and security configurations within their environment. Our risk engineering team does this by meeting with the policyholder and their IT team and security professionals to determine the best steps forward to reduce the organization's risk. The continuous risk assessment process is Cowbell's ability to identify risks an organization may face throughout the policy period. These risks are identified on the Cowbell platform through internet-facing scans that are completed on a continuous basis, giving the insured an opportunity to review their risk and also their Cowbell factors. Since the scans are ongoing, the insured will be able to see how their Cowbell factors are impacted throughout the policy period. Each policyholder is provided access to the platform on the effective date of their cyber policy. Once logged into the Cowbell platform, the insured may review their cyber risk posture. We understand that cyber risks are not static, which is why Cowbell's risk assessment is continuous throughout the policy period.
So our first resource we're going to dive into is our incident response plan template. When your insured's reputation, revenue, data, and customer confidence are at stake, it's necessary to have a detailed incident response plan in place. If they don't have a plan in place, Cowbell has created an incident response plan, otherwise known as an IRP, for policyholders to use. The goal of the IRP is to help identify security incidents, get the situation under control, reduce the impacts caused by threat actors, and limit the time and cost of recovery. Having an IRP is a great first step, but if it fails to provide a suitable response to a threat, then it becomes worthless. Therefore, it's important to test the IRP with a tabletop exercise to prepare for potential scenarios that could occur, such as ransomware or phishing. These exercises will be a valuable learning experience to better prepare your insured for an efficient response to threats. Once an IRP has been created, or if your insured already has one developed, have them consider sending it to Cowbell's risk engineering team for review. We'll evaluate the plan and look to provide any recommendations for improvements. Now let's talk about spotlight alerts. What is a spotlight? Spotlights are vulnerabilities and 0 days. 0 days are vulnerabilities that have been disclosed but not yet patched. What this means is that vendor security teams are unaware of their software vulnerability and have had 0 days to work on a patch or update to fix the issue. Cowbell follows these vulnerabilities as they become public information and alert our policyholders. So how do spotlight alerts benefit our policyholders? Cowbell acts as another set of eyes for our policyholders. In today's landscape, it's very difficult to stay on top of the hundreds of vulnerabilities identified day in and day out. Thankfully, Cowbell has a dedicated cyber risk engineering team to filter through the noise and identify high-risk vulnerabilities that our policyholders may be exposed to. Once we've identified a vulnerability, Cowbell will detect which policyholders are utilizing the impacted software or hardware through external data points and quickly notify them via email and on our Cowbell platform of the high-risk vulnerability with official mitigation steps to remediate.
I'm Marc Brackett. I'm the founder of Bookvetter. We were founded to crowdsource books.
The purpose of Bookvetter is to filter books for quality and then pass those books on to a larger audience, be more of a uniting technology, bringing quality books to readers. We started out with a piece of paper that sort of outlined what we wanted to do, but some of it had been created before, and so we had to solve some unique problems as we went along, and it was interesting to watch it, the idea actually flesh itself out and become a reality. I went with Caspio for two reasons. One was the cost. It made my project affordable. Otherwise, there was no way I could have ever started to build this without Caspio. The second thing is Caspio provides support. I don't have to have a large staff to build or maintain my project. It allows me to scale and grow as needed. Without Caspio, my project would have never occurred. I wanted something I could have some development in, I could actually use and access. The click and drag features are very powerful, and I also wanted a team. I didn't want to have my own IT team. The platform allows you a very rapid turnaround, but you've also got the support of a large team. I would have to say the process has definitely been empowering. You have a vision in your mind, and you hit lots of roadblocks along the way, and then you're thinking, is it actually a roadblock, an excuse, or how do I execute? And to be able to take the idea and follow through with it and execute. And then you hit more roadblocks, you learn you were wrong, or you need to change, and you modify, and to continue to see the product improve and users happier and happier. It's been very empowering. The end product we've ended up creating has far surpassed our initial expectations. The Caspio support and professional services team not only builds these complex creative apps for you, but they also maintain them over time. And so as a result, I don't have to have my own IT team. My advice for other individuals or companies wanting to develop a market or take an idea from a napkin to completion would definitely be to look at Caspio. It's a very creative process. It's empowering and it's cost effective.
Hi, we're Team GoodCarts. GoodCarts started with an app, and we've grown into a powerful connection engine creating e-commerce communities that grow together, share tools and services, and help their fellow e-commerce stores win. We believe the next generation of e-commerce success will be found in communities, working to complement each other, grow together, and win together. Think of the communities you belong to, both online and off. Those are the places you turn to when you need help, when you'd like your voice to be heard, where you can take action and inspire and assist others to do the same. You connect with people and businesses sharing values similar to your own. At GoodCarts, our goal is to connect like-minded e-commerce community members, work to amplify the voices in our communities, and inspire action that makes a difference. One way we do this is through the free GoodCarts e-commerce app. We could tell you about how the app works, but we'd rather share the story of the Nepal Tea Collective. It is a social enterprise that distributes fresh teas around the world through a tech-enabled, transparent tea trade connecting the farmers and producers to end consumers. To its founder, Nish, Banskota, tea is more than just a beverage, it's a catalyst for social change. In fact, the team at the Nepal Tea Collective is on a mission to raise 1 million farmers out of poverty within their generation and provide local educational scholarships. As any e-commerce store owner knows, one of the biggest challenges is finding quality traffic. So when GoodCarts CEO Stephen Clift reached out to Nish, they connected about the social impact space and how GoodCarts could be a free solution for the Nepal Tea Collective. Nish told us, there really was nothing to lose. It was almost a no-brainer. We were hoping to increase any and all visits from conscious consumers to our store, and the GoodCarts app has done just that. How? At least 50 new paying customers have been generated through GoodCarts offers. More than $2,200 have been generated through GoodCarts offers, and the average order value of customers generated through GoodCarts offers is more than $45. Installing the free GoodCarts app through goodcarts.co has also made the Nepal Tea Collective part of the GoodCarts community, which has presented Nish and his team with additional connections and exciting opportunities. Nish told us, I feel GoodCarts is helpful in connecting like-minded mission-driven companies and fostering meaningful collaborations. GoodCarts communities span niches from sustainable products to Black-owned businesses, artisan-made products to items made in the USA, and everything in between. E-commerce stores can become members for free simply by installing the GoodCarts app on Shopify, WooCommerce, or other e-commerce platforms. Just visit goodcarts.co and install the app. After installing the app, select the circle or community that best fits your business. Then, create an exclusive discount. Other stores in the circle send post-purchase traffic to your store, and your store sends post-purchase traffic to them, but never to your direct competition. Being part of the GoodCarts community also unlocks access to valuable events presented by e-commerce and marketing experts, connections and networking, a library of insightful articles with practical actions, unique brand opportunities, and more. The technology that powers the GoodCarts app can also be used for custom sponsored circles for everything from buy local initiatives to corporate diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI programs. Get creative, and we can help build an e-commerce community around it. At GoodCarts, we truly believe that when we grow together, we win together. We invite you to check out the e-commerce resources we offer at goodcarts.co. Become part of the GoodCarts community for free, or utilize the GoodCarts technology to start building a custom e-commerce community.
Dealing with our customers change. We had to take all of this garbage, use our equipment. Customers were still wanting to throw more trash out. And so they were saying, no, you didn't pick up all my trash, things like that. So we decided to use technology we started getting geo trackers in our trucks, which that meant that if a customer called and said, hey, you didn't go by my house, we were able to go online, connect and say, no, we passed by at this time, we were there. And so that was something different that we had to do with our customers. Now we're seeing everybody start opening their wings. So these resources that, the chamber's providing and helping us with, it's the perfect timing because everybody needs that help, that education, that resource, and to let us know, you don't be afraid to reach out to partners, because I think that's one of the biggest things is that probably being Latinos, we're proud and we think we can handle it on our own. And it's not that we can't, we can, but we forget that somebody holding your hand, helping elevate you to the next part is something that we should be proud that there's people out there that are willing to do that. And it's within our community. So why not use those resources that are available? In the digital age, we're in the digital age. Information technology is literally the backbone of us right now. And if you don't know about it and you don't want to adapt to it, then you're going to be left behind. And I think right now it's important that you reach out and say, okay, I'm ready to join this. What do I need to do to elevate my business with it? Use the resources available to you, contact your local chamber, contact just other people, other businesses that are in the same industry as you, because trust me, they're going through the same type of problems. And so together, there's solutions that you can find and offer to your customers. And so I feel that just reaching out to your community, I think that's such a powerful tool that so many of us forget, is there. And so don't be afraid of online. You will learn, you'll adapt, and your business will thank you. And so change is hard. And so I feel that right now it's such the perfect opportunity for all small businesses that are not online, that are not taking that risk, that jump. They need to do it just so that they can be key players in our community, because if they don't do it, somebody else will. So with our community growing the way it is, it's very scary because national companies can come in here once they see the potential in the community. And so I feel that all small businesses need to just jump on board and say, okay, we're here. We're already part of the community. Our customers, our community, what we need, what they ask for. And you just have to do your part to allow them to communicate, to view you online, to just be a resource for them. A lot of our customers, get directions from maps. Google sends me a report every week that says this many people looked up your location and drove there. So information technology, that's literally what's driving everything right now. And so if you're not online, you're gonna get left behind. And I think as a community, we all have to rally with each other and say, no, come on, it's scary, but trust me, it's gonna make a world of a difference for your small business. So I think don't be afraid, jump in and grab on, because it's going to be a big change for your company.
Thank you to Administrator Guzman, our national members, and local allies for their expertise on today's webinar. And thank you for tuning in today. We're grateful to be a part of your entrepreneurial journey. Please share this webinar and our previous 5 national webinars with your colleagues and local organizations interested in the benefits of digital tools for entrepreneurs. And finally, join the millions of small businesses who have visited our website at www.smallbusinessdigitalalliance.com, where you can access hundreds of free digital tools and trainings in our library, read op-eds and blogs, and sign up for events, both virtual like today and in person around the country. We're constantly updating our website, so please be sure to check back in and explore new content and tools. The team at the Small Business Digital Alliance wishes you luck in your newest venture, and we look forward to celebrating your success as you go digital.